Okay, so everything's pretty standard up till the point where you actually get your stalker out. So 13 gate for now. 13 gate, sort of 14 or 15 gas.
Okay. I can do that.
You just stick it close to your nexus to make it economic. Stop zooming in. I'm on your camera vision.
Oh. Ooh.
Stop it. Looks like GSL.
I know, right?
I usually scout on mine, because then you can get in and see whether they have a gas out. So I was going to scout now, just to practice that. Because scouting is probably the most important part of this, because you need to know whether they're doing a 1-1-1 or 2 racks, or whether they're expanding what they're doing.
Yep.
Chrono. If you just queue up to 13 probes here, you can just focus on your scout for a minute. I'm going to stop looking at your camera because it jumps around too wildly.
Yeah, well, I'm doing it on purpose.
And because it's got that screen smoothing thing on. So first thing you want to check is gases. Now, he'll either be walling off at the ramp, you should get in on a 9 scout. Good job putting your gateway up. And if you see gas or you see no gas, that's just something to keep in mind for later.
Shut it on gas.
Yep, put down your gas now. Now you should chrono boost probes again around now. Like, really when you put down your gateways when you should chrono again. Don't worry about your scout too much. You just want to sort of keep him in there and then pop out before he fully walls off, or make sure you're still building probes. And you'll put down your pylon as soon as you can afford it. Yep, good.
I have this early game like almost done pat, like
Neato.
until it
Cyber
just
call
like
straight away. Alright, and then so you'll build another probe now, and then you'll put your zealot in.
which is normal for me. It's normal time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all pretty normal. You probably do all this already. So yeah, that's his marine. You just pull down. Try not to lose your probe if you don't have to. But this probe never comes home, by the way. So sit him out the front of their expansion.
I usually send him behind the middle line, but
you kind of want to see him moving out if he's doing 2 racks. So sit him a bit away from his ramp, enough so you can run away and still see him coming down. Alright, so Stalker, and I like to chrono boost the Stalker and get your gateway research as well. Keep building probes, and you've got lots of chrono boost, so you can chrono boost probes again. From then, though, you probably want to save it up. So start moving out with your zealot, because this is your first scouting, or your second scouting after your probe.
I'll move.
You can send the probe up again for an earlier scout, but I don't really think it's worth it. I think it's better to keep him there for later, like put him on the tower like you're doing. A safer open is building another Stalker here, so we'll go ahead and do that one for now. Because that just gives you...
Do I keep him at home or send him with this zealot?
Your Stalker and your Zealot are moving out now. The second one will sort of catch up later, probably as you're coming home. Keep building probes and send your probe out to expand. Now what you want to do is position your Zealot a bit away from the ramp so he can't see it, and wait till your Stalker gets there, and then move up with your Zealot and Stalker. Obviously Zealot first, so he takes the fire. Why are they coming home?
Because I'm having bad control.
Keep building probes, bro. You need to make sure you keep building them. Okay, now you want to poke up right now. So poke up and just pull down the ramp because he'll be attacking you. You should be able to do it before losing your zealot. Okay, so we'll pretend this is a game because that's pretty much something you might see. So Marauders and Marines means that he'll be doing some pressure soon, likely, or it could be a 2x expand or something. But so what you want to do is put down your gas and put down three gates instantly. As soon as you see that, you want to start doing this.
3 gateways?
Yep, 3 gateways. So you'll have 4 gates total.
Why you have enough?
And then you can chrono boost your gateway research as well. Like, if he's pushing out right now, that can help. So bring your units back home now, but leave that probe there. Then what you want to do is position some of your stalkers sort of in your main and some at your natural. Just transfer gateways over. If you see Marauders, it pretty much means that he's not going Banshees, so you don't need to get your Robo immediately. If you do see just Marines and a bunker or a full wall off in just Marines, that means he's probably going Banshees, especially if you scouted gas earlier in the game.
Yep.
So then your first reaction is to throw down a gas and a Robo, and then start adding gates. So you can warp in like a stalker and maybe another stalker, so bringing you to a max of 4 stalkers. You don't really want to spend too much on stalkers though. You mostly want to be getting zealots and maybe adding a sentry or 2.
So yeah, I see them pushing out, and I go...
Yep, so add 1 sentry, and then all zealots. Especially because it's very morod heavy, you can see that. But you pretty much always want to be making zealots. Just keep building probes. Now, just checking your probe sort of saturation is very good. You've actually got them perfect.
I know.
Also done.
Once you said that
Now, you can take this. You might need to pull back your stalkers and wait for more zealots. Often in PvT it really comes down to the wire here, where you need to pull your units back and let him start shooting at your nexus. You know, let its shields go down while you warp in more units. Sometimes you might even be waiting for your gateways to finish while he's pushing. You don't want him to kill the expansion, but sometimes you might have to let him do that. So that's good. So now, after you've defended attack is when you add your first bit of tech, so add like a robo now.
I do a robo. Oh, okay, just a robo. That's fine.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a forge, but robo's more important.
I'd add a robo, then get an obs for your next round of scouting. It's good. You want to start taking your gases at your expansion too. Now you've got a fair bit of gas, so maybe put in like 2 sentries into your army, because you need those guardian shields.
Yep. Which I forgot to throw up in that battle, but that sentry died pretty quickly, so...
Now, you kind of want to send it in your probe to see if it's expanded or not.
I forgot I had him on a hotkey.
And chuck 1 stalker up on the Zelnaga. Around now you might be starting to see things like drops, so you want to start positioning some of your stalkers up in your main. Something like 2 stalkers and a zealot or 2 is good, sort of just at least at the top of your ramp. Alright, so getting an obs and sending it towards his base. Then starting to add immortals, and you've got a fair bit of resources, so add on a Twilight Council and a Forge. The essential things are detection if he's doing a 1-on-1, which is not in this case.
If I saw him do it,
yeah.
Isn't it like normal for like for 1-on-1 to get two or 3 observers from what I've seen?
Yeah, at least 2, because you want one heading toward his base, and then immediately chrono boosting another one to stay at home, and you can set that one in between your 2 bases, so you can easily move him over to whichever one. Now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stalkers, so that's the maximum amount of stalkers you want for PvT most of the time.
So you're gonna get blink?
Charge. You want charge. Charge and +1 armor are sort of your crucial upgrades. Adding heaps of zealots and starting to get Colossus, so you can add your Robo Bay now. It's good. Chronoing charge as well as your Forge. That's good. Just having those units up there buys you enough time for, or at least can stop most drops if you catch them straight away as they come in. You might have to warp in like extra zealots to deal with it. So you can start adding extra gateways now. And then usually, as I was saying earlier, each step you take sort of comes after you deflect something. So if you deflect a drop, you can start getting the next bit of tech, or if you deflect a fairly big attack, you can take an expansion.
Yep.
It's pretty reactive, but I find that it works for most PvTs.
So just more zealots, or what?
Yep, just keep adding more zealots. And you're getting your Colossus. Good, supply blocked.
Pylon blocked, or as the Toss Apollo would say.
Pylon blocked.
Yeah.
Now you can go for +2 armor here. Now you've got an easy force to crush this. And you still got heaps of resources and minerals, so start getting thermal lance upgrade and chronoing your Colossus again. And your thermal lances too. Chrono that.
They're not? Oh.
Now you're adding blink, so that's good. Blink mainly just helps you deal with drops, and later on helps you deal with Vikings.
Wow. Let's get Stalkers instead. Yeah.
So as I could say, you should be taking your third around now.
Yep. Which is normal for me.
Yep, it's good.
This is.
You can
Actually, on 3-gate Robo, I usually do on 12 or 13-minute expo.
Yep.
But that's because I'm usually just like chrono boosting out like everything.
Well, you can make a choice to either start getting more tech, like you're adding a lot of tech here at the same time, so you can do that, or you can expand and then add tech later. Both are viable options. Sort of just play the game by ear. What feels better then. I personally like tech in PvT because it just gives you more options for dealing with Terran. Like you can feel on the back foot too much if you're having to deal with drops with just basic units and stuff like that. If it's going really drop heavy, you can add a Stargate and just get a few Phoenix to deal with them.
Which drop play, kind of kills every single Protoss, so.
It's very hard to deal with.
We have such a slow army.
So it's good. Add a few more gateways. Probably your third. Just to spread them out a bit. Adding another Colossus, keep them going. And you can really listen out for the sound of the Colossus coming out to know when to add your next one. It's pretty noticeable.
Damn it, you.
What are you doing at the moment? Adding stuff.
Doing the Hongen thing,
Now transferring probes. So take a few from your main because it's almost mined out. And
a whole line. A whole line.
Yeah. Maybe even... I'll see how much you got left. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nope. It's exact.
You seem to be pretty good at juggling probes. You just got to do it as soon as that expansion goes up. Keep getting upgrades. Now you really want to be scouting his expansions as well. So you can either just poke up with Stalker, start spreading pylons. Actually, we'll talk about that. You can't see my pings, can you?
Nope.
Alright, well, adding a pylon up in this left base in the middle, there's mineral fields there. To the left of those mineral fields.
Not seeing what you're talking about.
Just north of your base. Just to intercept drops.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, and then you can do the same thing on the right hand side of the map. And I like to put one just outside his third, like on the high ground there, or over to the left in the grassy section. Just start putting them everywhere you can, because it'll help you spot drops a lot easier, and will give you more warping chances later on for counterattacks. Adding upgrades, Colossus, getting supply blocked. Adding new gases at your third.
Standardo.
This is good. You have a lot of stalkers.
I know, I didn't mean to add those, but...
Yeah. It's better than adding nothing, like you should be spending.
He actually EMP'd me, what is this? Computers don't know how to EMP.
AI's getting smarter, he's learning. Alright, well, I can't really theoretically teach you anything more in this game.